You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. All right, folks, I got to talk about this crazy story, okay? California's Redwood City joined many cities across the country in painting a Black Lives Matter mural on their streets until recently, when they quietly removed it. Redwood City gave a local resident, Daniel Pease, permission to paint the Black Lives Matter mural during a 4th of July public art celebration. They even supplied him with the paint. But a local real estate attorney, Maria Rutenburg, asked to have a MAGA 2020 sign on the same street. The city suddenly decided that the BLM mural was a traffic hazard and washed it away in the middle of the night. Okay, Robert, this is stupid to me. First of all, MAGA 2020 is a political slogan that is specifically tied to a candidate. Is this the city not having any guts in telling this person? Hell no.
I think that's exactly what it is. Clearly, if this was a legal matter that went to court, because Black Lives Matter is not a political slogan, because it is a consciousness movement, they would have good standing to win, but they're trying to avoid the lawsuit, trying to avoid the fees that would be associated with trying to fight this in court, and trying to split the baby down the middle to not make anyone upset. That's the point about having actual political courage. It means you have to be able to withstand the blows that come against it. Everybody can do what's popular. Everybody can do what's easy. It takes people with real courage and conviction to not just do what's symbolic, but stand behind it. So I think what the city can do, if they really want to have an effect on this, instead of just writing it on the streets, institute some real policies that support the agenda of Black Lives Matter. So institute some real procurement that helps Black people get them to city contracting. Hire more African Americans to work in City Hall and hire more African Americans for city employment. Then you don't have to worry about what's written on the street because you would have to actually have lived out that purpose instead of simply buying into a slogan.
Teresa, I'm sorry. That's where you got to tell some people, man, go to hell. We ain't painting Joe Biden 2020, so we ain't going to print no MAGA 2020.
I agree with Brother Robert. You know, there were so many instances where this city could have really stepped up, but in the middle of the night, in the middle of many conversations, not knowing the full story about this developer and who this developer is, and have they donated to campaigns, and are they going to stop a construction project? But again, it comes to the ignorance of some of these developers and corporations who feel like, you know, their voice just need to be heard. And I get it. But again, this is not a campaign type of situation. This is, honestly, it was a time for the mayor to actually step up and say, listen, this is why Black Lives Matter was actually painted on the street, because this dialogue about inequality, police brutality, you know, protecting the rights of African Americans all makes sense. And especially as a developer, for them, especially if they were doing affordable housing, you need to know and be educated about, you know, what it matters the most. So it definitely was a missed opportunity for that mayor. So I hope the members in that community are paying attention, because in the middle of the night, late in the midnight hour, if the mayor is ready and willing to say, yes, I'm there for the moment, but in the middle of the night, wash it away, that's exactly what they're going to do with their policies on this next term inside that office.
Well, but you got to take a closer look at this, though. The painting itself was going to wear out eventually. And so the government, because of the MAGA person, accelerated that process. Now, MAGA individual, the lawyer, got what he or she wanted, right?
Right.
So let's not misread Redwood City now. They sided with MAGA as opposed to Black Lives Matter. And so it'll be interesting to see whether the MAGA individual still pushes to have it painted MAGA 2020. If they don't, you'll see that confirms that Redwood City got what they wanted. Black Lives Matter.
Well, no, MAGA got what they wanted.
MAGA got what they wanted,
and Redwood City buckled like some punks.
Exactly.
And what they should have said, man, go to hell. Robert, go ahead.
Just exactly to Scott's point that when you cave into these things, it shows what the real morals and values of that city are. So I think this would be a perfect time for activists in that area to push for real systemic change. If you want to change, if you don't want this written on the street, which guess what? None of us were asking for y'all to write Black Lives Matter on the street.
Right.
Nobody was marching and protesting and rioting for you to decorate the city. You can fly all the flags and all the banners that you want, but if you're not putting in actual systemic changes in the way that you police Black communities and gentrification and redevelopment and redlining and in every other aspect of the community that actually needs to be fixed, you can keep, like, look, guess what? If you can fix your police department and fix your minority contracting, fixing your procurement, right wherever the hell you want on the street, that's what people are actually protesting for, not to have decoration.
Yeah, but you could also watch this, Robert, too, that Black Lives Matter, that individual or the group itself, this is a moment that they could expand on or push the city on or even go to court on, if you will, to expose Redwood City and find out exactly what the regs say, what the law says, what the zoning says, because you got a huge free speech piece here, a huge one that the government's trying to regulate, and they're trying to avoid that fight. If I was Black Lives Matter, I'd make an issue of it and take it to local court.
Scared asses. That's what they are. Just flat out scared. Okay, just weak. All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one
It's
moment.
time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends. Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it, please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.